Dinner plates were still warm when she said it. "You're not even half the woman my mother is." The words landed like a slap, sharp and public. The room went quiet. My son's fork froze halfway to his mouth. I pushed my chair back slowly, letting the legs scrape the floor just enough to hurt. "Then she can start paying your rent," I said. My son froze. Shock widened his eyes. My daughter-in-law smiled, just for a second, before realizing I wasn't bluffing. That moment was the end. But it wasn't the beginning. I remember when I first met her. She stood in my doorway with flowers she couldn't afford and a smile that tried too hard. Polite, grateful, careful. I liked her because she treated my son gently, like something fragile she didn't want to break. I helped them. Of course I did. I paid the security deposit on their apartment, covered groceries when their salaries ran thin, watched their child when daycare fell through. I never called it charity, I called it family. She used to thank me, used to look me in the eye. Then her mother moved closer. That's when the air changed. It starts small. It always does. A missed thank you, a look exchanged across the table, a comment disguised as concern. "She's old-fashioned," her mother would say, smiling sweetly at me. "You know how she is." My son stopped calling as often. Decisions were made without me. Advice I hadn't offered was rejected anyway. I noticed I was only welcome when I was useful. I said nothing. I watched. The proof didn't arrive dramatically, no screaming match, no confession. It arrived as patterns. Rent paid late, then not at all. Utilities transferred out of my name without asking. A casual mention of, "Mom said we don't need you anymore." That line stayed with me. I checked the lease. My name was still there. So was my money. I pulled bank statements, ran numbers, quietly called a lawyer I trusted. I didn't cry in her office. I took notes. I learned something important that day. They needed me far more than I needed them. I didn't confront them. I adjusted. I stopped covering small expenses first. Let the discomfort grow naturally. Let excuses stack up. Let their confidence turn into expectation. Then I made one move at a time. I removed my name from shared accounts legally, redirected automatic payments cleanly, updated my will precisely. I let them believe I was distracted, aging, tired. Predators underestimate patience. The final step required timing. I waited for the dinner, the one her mother insisted on hosting, the one where I was invited last minute as an afterthought, the one where they assumed I would smile, nod, and pay. That's when she said it. "You're not even half the woman my mother is." I saw my son's face before I spoke. He knew. Somewhere deep down, he knew this had gone too far. I stood, calm, balanced. "Then she can start paying your rent." Silence swallowed the room. Her mother laughed until I slid the envelope onto the table. Inside were copies, lease terms, payment histories, legal notices. A formal withdrawal of financial responsibility effective immediately. I watched understanding bloom, slow and ugly. "You can't do this," my daughter-in-law said. "I already did," I replied. They tried damage control afterward. Phone calls, apologies rehearsed in advance. My son came alone once, eyes red, voice shaking. He said words like misunderstanding and family. I listened, then I asked him a question. "Did you freeze because you were shocked?" I said, "or because you realized you'd bet against the wrong person?" He didn't answer. He didn't need to. The fallout was quiet. No police, no courtrooms, just consequences. They moved, smaller place. Her mother couldn't help as much as she'd promised. Strain exposed fault lines. Blame searched for new targets. I watched from a distance, detached, clean. I didn't celebrate their struggle. I respected the lesson. Now, when I sit alone at my table, the house feels lighter. No tension, no obligation dressed as love. I didn't destroy them. I stopped carrying them. There's a difference. Betrayal doesn't always come with knives. Sometimes it comes with smiles, expectations, and entitlement. And revenge doesn't always roar. Sometimes it simply withdraws and leaves them standing exactly where they pushed you to.